Why don't we work on today with releasing a negative feeling? So, I'd like you to use this meditation to pull up a feeling, and we're actually going to measure it. Measure how much we're releasing of it. This is a really important meditation to know. And it works really well with phobias, with panics, with jealousy, super strong feelings, with lust, right? If you find yourself caught in a moment of a very strong feeling, let's say you're going through Facebook, let's say, and you see something that really overwhelms you with a feeling. Let's say you see the picture of an ex and you're overwhelmed with jealousy. And the reason why I talk about jealousy is because um, jealousy is one of the strongest emotions you can have, and it's also a feeling that makes you feel incredibly powerless. But when you learn how to release it, you can actually release it all the way where you're never a jealous person again. It's amazing. It's one of the feelings that I've worked with that have shown the most results. So, the other feeling that really can be used with this meditation is fear. If you're in a place of extreme fear around money, around leaving your house, that's where it moves into um, panic as well. Now, let me warn you that this is not a comfortable process. Okay, this is not a comfortable process. It is uncomfortable to let negative feelings come up. There's no doubt about that. And each feeling has its own texture. And I want to say that you might shake. I released on a feeling once where I literally felt myself shake. It might come up as coughs. It might come up as tears. When sadness comes up, part of what comes up is crying. All of that is normal. Those are some of the descriptions, the identifiers of each feeling, right? When fear comes up, we shake. When jealousy comes up, we might feel a burning sensation in our chest. Normal, part of it. So, in this meditation, what I'm helping you do is have a beginning and an end to the feeling. You can use this as often as you'd like. Use it as often as you'd like. Use it for the same feeling so that you can notice how you're releasing it over time, or use it for new feelings. Um, and when you play this again, you don't have to repeat this whole introduction. Sometimes repeating the introduction helps to remind you, to cement that this works, okay? But you can skip over the introduction, find where the actual meditation begins, and start playing it from there. Okay, that's all in your hands to do, and this is why you have these type of meditations. So let's really, really work on pulling up a feeling that is strong for you. We're going to do this together. You don't have to do this by yourself. We're doing it together right now, okay? And let it come up. Really be intentional about releasing this because it's actually creating havoc in your life. We don't want that anymore. We want you to be free. We want you to be free of these reactions. And once you're free of these reactions, you will have an easier life, right? You will have more room for joy, for love, for feeling calm. You want this, and that's why you're going to do this. All right? So let's go ahead and start. Now, I want you to notice, go ahead and pause and notice where the meditation begins. So the next time you come around, you can choose to listen to the introduction or just do the meditation. Okay. So go ahead and dip in. And I want you to pull up a memory or an image or an experience that brings up this feeling. Now, I'd like you to pull up a memory or a feeling or an experience that is intense. We're doing this on purpose. This needs to leave. Now remember that there's an end to this meditation, so don't worry about feeling overwhelmed. Now that you've pulled it up, I want you to measure it from 1 to 10, 10 being the very worst, and 1 being almost not there. So how intense is this feeling? Is it at a 10? Some people sometimes say it's at a 12. Is it at a 7? Really feel it in your chest or in your stomach. How strong is this feeling? Okay, find your number. And right now you're going to use your image. You're going to use your window or your door or your tube. It doesn't matter. It's personal to you. But it has to be an image where you see it leaving. It can be a box of Kleenex where you keep pulling the Kleenex out. You keep pulling the feeling out. And start saying yes to it. And I'd like you to say yes out loud, because yes is a very, very powerful word. Yes is an allowing. Yes is a letting go. Now don't be embarrassed. It actually really helps to say yes out loud. And yes. And yes. And yes, some more. And yes, even more. And yes, even more. Now I'd like you to check in, because remember, we measure, we want results. And I want you to find your number again. From 1 to 10, where are you? Now, hopefully, your number has come down. Now, whether it hasn't budged or whether it's come down, let's do that again. Find your number and say yes. And say yes some more. Now, I like to yes hail. I like to breathe my feeling out. It's one of the ways that I let it go. Yes. And yes some more. And yes even more. And yes even more. Now I want you to notice if there's any images or memories that are coming up for you. That's okay, right? This is like Ghostbusters. We're opening up a chest of a very strong feeling. And from that chest, you might have memories come out and feelings come out. And that's part of the process. Not comfortable, but it's part of the process. You're letting it come up and go. Remember, the feeling wants to leave. It needs to leave, so allow it to leave. It's like going to the bathroom. You get a feeling. You don't keep it inside. You go. You go to the bathroom. It's the same exact thing here. It's an energy, and it's asking, can I leave? Can this fear leave? Can this panic leave? Can this jealousy leave? Can this rage leave? And you say, yes. This is a very powerful thing you're doing, a very courageous thing you're doing, so let's do it. Check your number. Hopefully it's moving down. Feel that number, wherever it is, feel it. And start saying yes. And saying yes. And yes, some more. And yes, even more. If you're shaking, you're yawning, you're crying, it's all part of the feeling leaving you. And yes, some more. Now check the feeling again. Let's find that number. Where are you? Remind yourself that you're actively doing something about this feeling. You're meditating your way through it. Say yes some more. And even more. Now, if you need to keep going, pause and rewind. And keep going until you're all the way down to 0. You can use the same feeling. Some feelings have been around for a long time. Or you can try a new one. Okay. Now I'm going to open my eyes again. If you'd like to open your eyes with me, come back into the room. Notice that you're feeling lighter. Notice that you did something. And notice that you can do something over and over again. Okay, and this is what you're going to do. And it will work. Again, this is a courageous thing because these are not comfortable feelings. But at least you're doing it and you're the one in control of doing it. And you'll find that when you get back on Facebook or when you see that person or when you have that reaction, remember, you will have it at a lesser level. And that's how we quiet the mind over time. You will have it at a lesser level. And you want to have the intention to get this feeling down until it's gone, until you're at 0. And I know that's going to happen. It works if you work it. Okay? Say yes.